This time on Woody's Garage, we dragged the Honda XL250 out of mothballs. I said balls.
Well, today, sports fans, I'm going to try to get my XL250 going. Maybe not today, but it's a start of awakening this. I had this bike on the road, about 14, 15 years ago, and it was a lot of fun, but I wanted something bigger at the time, so I got my my 78 CB 550K Honda, which I just sold. And I thought it'd be fun to put this thing back on the road. I don't think this bike needs a damn thing, although looking at the wiring, I don't know if you can see this, but this is what I found. There's a positive lead and there's a lead broken off, and I don't know where the ground goes because there's no ground. So we got to look into that too. But otherwise, as I remembered, everything was working great when I put it away. Here's my battery. Yeah, so that's about 20 years old. And there's my Schumacher charger. It's pretty good, but sometimes if there isn't any charge in the battery, it won't start charging. And I know about like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I decided like I'm just going to start charging all the batteries I have, like that one and that one and that one, seeing what will take a charge and what won't. And this actually did take a charge, which I was surprised at, so maybe it will charge up again, I'm hoping. Let's see if it's got any water acid in it. I need some pliers to get those off. Looks like the center cell could use some distilled water. I'll see if I have some. I do. And let's see if we can make a mess. I have this sweet little funnel here. Yeah, well, I got lucky with that. I don't see anything bubbling though. Might have to get out the old school charger. I think I'll do that. Who's got one of those out there? Another Schumacher. I've had this, I think, since, I don't know, college or something. Yeah, it's got a few settings. It's got 612, and then for amperage, it's got a 2 amp and a 6 amp. And that gauge, the amperage isn't really doing much. I got it up on 6. And I'm feeling like this battery is dead. And it is wicked dusty. And another thing changed too. I just ordered a battery. It was like $27 shipped. So, with acid. Gotta have the acid. Gotta take the LSD. And it's drying pretty quickly in the sun. It's nice, beautiful weather. Finally. I think what we need to make is something that plugs into this. It looks so cheesy, and look at the corrosion in there. I've had the battery charging all night on the old style Schumacher, but like I said, I'm getting a new battery anyway, but it'd be nice to start it before that arrives. The gas tank has been creamed. I don't think I did that. I think I got it like that. So that's nice, no rust, and it was dry. Little rust on the bars is the only place where it's really rusty. I put my dock in a couple of days ago. I should have videoed that. I mean, you want to see a shit show. So I made it in 2 pieces. Kind of see there. And I kind of leave it up here on the bank for the winter time. But that cleaned up that boat, put it in. the kayak. Yeah, finally beautiful weather. On the other hand, we got this boat. This is the one I run the motor on. The other one I just row in. And this one's a real beaut. Tons of like epoxy and marine epoxy and stuff, trying to seal the leaks up, as it's known as Leaky Boat Louie.
He's kinda big and he looks real fat. Leaky Boat Louie with his life preserver and sailing hat.
And I kind of decided to not do any work on it this year because I don't want to. I just hosed it off, cleaned out the inside and stuff like that. And I'll just put it in the water and get a motor ready to put on it. Okay, we made this nice little lead. We tinned the wire and then soldered it to both of the connectors. A little shrink tubing on it. I know I'm gloating about this. Still charging. So yeah, still charging. And I said, like, I'm looking at my stuff. I have so much crap. I'm going like, hey, motorcycle battery, what the hell is this? Well, what do you know? It's a 6N6 3B. The same battery I just ordered. Oh, Jesus Christ. Am I a dummy or what? But I'll tell you something else. There's a 6N6 1B. What in the... What is going on here? Is this actually a battery? Man, I gotta look at my stuff more often. Oh, I think that's for the Honda 70. Wow, a 1B and a 3B. And what the crap is this? I'm gonna put a little gas in it. See if it leaks. Doesn't look like anything leaking at the petcock yet. And I got a fuel filter nicely tucked in there. But not seeing any gas flowing through it. Oh, there it goes. Funny reserve, didn't get anything, but that's not the best looking gas, is it? We'll just leave it like that for a little while. So my usual way now to leave bikes, like winterize them, etc., is to put some Marvel Mystery Oil in the carburetor, fill it up with that, and in the springtime drain it out, and it seems to have worked really well for me. But I don't think I had that kind of agenda back when I put this away. Obviously it didn't have any gas in it, so that's good. I'm sure that I ran that out, but I don't know about the carburetor. When I first got this bike, it was hard to get it going. I had a really hard time cleaning the carburetor. It came down to that something I didn't know about, the emulsion tube in the carburetor was completely clogged, and when I got that cleaned, oh, it was terrific. So I'm gonna try to get away without doing a carb clean right away. We'll see what it does, and I'm gonna let that gas fill up the bowl, and then we'll drain out the bowl and let some gas pass through the system like I do when I fart.
That was me.
Okay, enough work. Time for play. I'm gonna take the kayak out. Yep, it's spring, it's warm, everyone's out in their boat. Alright, next day, another beautiful day. A little chilly today, but not bad at all. I want to take the spark plug out and get some oil down in there. It's an 18 millimeter, as orgasm. It's a little tricky to get down in there. Just see, there's like no room on the thing to stand straight up. you can hear me with this wind. Yeah, it's running kind of sooty, but not bad. This is a D8EA, which I swore I ran in 2 strokes. A little oil down in there. Now, while it was sitting over the years, I would kick it over every now and then just to make sure everything's good. And it is good. Okay, yesterday I put a little gas in the tank. I opened the petcock. It didn't look like a whole bunch of gas was coming down out of the car, but let's see if we got anything to drain out here. Well, it's draining there, but not from the tube. Oh, maybe the tube's just an overflow. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not exactly pouring out of there, but I do see traces of water. Okay. Moving the petcock around. There's enough gas in there, but already you see those bubbles, that there is some water in there. I'm gonna put some more gas in it. Okay, we put more gas in, and we tipped the bike back and forth a little bit, and I saw gas flowing in the line. I've had worse looking tinkle, but I can't remember when. And then the gas flow is just kind of stopping. That's on what should be the regular gas flow, and when I turn it up to reserve, it turns off. It's kind of opposite, although maybe that's right for this bike, I don't know. But that's pretty crappy looking stuff. Not seeing a lot of debris. Pretty clean. Well, not too clean, but not that bad. I think I'm going to drain some more out of it. One thing I really like on bikes is when they have controls that work smoothly. I remember I had this old Puch 175 Enduro bike. It was one of my favorite off-road bikes I've ever had. It handled so well, had a Zundap engine on it, and it had Magura controls. And those work like butter. Makes a big difference, at least I think. Okay, I'd like to take this cable out, but I don't think I am going to. I think I'm just going to put oil in here and kind of suck it on down. First I'll get a little WD in here. I'll get it flowing. Make sure you get it all over the place. Then I'll take something a little thicker. Just have motor oil in this. We'll do the same to the brake cable. Okay, front brake is good. It has these little tabs that it's supposed to go over a little nub on the other side. It's wicked hard to get them on, but we'll keep trying. We'll probably break before I get them on. The next thing is the throttle it's a little sluggish, and I don't really like taking this apart because why? There's wires. There's a push and a pull on the cable, and 2 screws to hold it on, and then when you open the top, you don't know what you're gonna find. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's like it doesn't come off enough to give you good access. You can see the cables in there are they don't look that clean. I'd like to take this whole thing off and clean them. Well, given the gunked up nature of this, and that I didn't want to pull that off, it's old plastic. I shot some WD-40 in there. It will be cleaner than putting some regular oil, and we'll screw it back together and see if it's any smoother. Yeah, put a little more in. It's not that dirty. I don't like how it fits together here, but that's a million times better. I'm going to loosen the screws again, see if I can get it to close up better. The answer to that is no. But I like it. I didn't even check the oil. Well, the bike is not straight up and down. It is now. And that's right up there, and the oil looks pretty darn good. Did you see it? Here, have a whiff. I'll have a whiff. Smells like oil to me. Doesn't smell like gas or anything. We will change it. Back in the battery restoration facility, we have had this battery uncharged for the last couple of days. Not constantly. I've taken it off. I put it back on the newfangled one, and it still isn't up to charge. I got a voltage of just under 6 volts, like 5.93, and it's probably good enough to start the bike. The thing is, I have found with experience, maybe with Hondas, I don't know, maybe my own, maybe my own bad luck, but if you run a bike with a shitty battery in it, that the stator is constantly trying to charge the thing up, and if you just kind of let it go, sure, it'll keep running until the stator fails, and then you're in trouble, and you got to buy a new stator. And that's what I had to do with my old, I had a Nighthawk 650. That was a great bike, but yeah, I found out the hard way. Okay, I want to try to clean the contacts here for the battery. And I got, don't lose that, little carb cleaner. I'm going to take a piece of cardboard sort of jam it in there. We'll do the same with the positive side. Right. Here's our negative. All right, we also opened Pandora's box over here. I didn't think there was going to be anything in this thing, but what did we get? Well, we got a t-shirt. I think I brought that along for like extra warmth in case you're out for half the day and you start getting cold. That's a beaut. I found this was some sunglasses I have with replaceable lenses that are made for riding a motorcycle. Yeah, different colored lenses, whatnot. These are pretty nice. Wonder if I can find that glasses part of it. Those are the replacement lenses. A rag. Nice thing to have when you're on the road. And what do we got here? Another rag. Some plugs. A sandpaper. Hose. A toolkit. Ooh, yeah. So it has the original toolkit. That's pretty neat. Another thing I'm thinking of is I'm thinking of taking this rack off because it's hard to swing your leg over, especially at my age, and just mounting this to the fender, which I think I will do. Yeah, there it is with the rack. Wonder if it's been on there since it was new. Oh, that looks much sleeker. Yeah, a lot of people pay a lot of money for those luggage racks. I'm not one of them. Little WD-40 on the chain, little light oil. Well, we got a nice dirty sock there. Looks like the ones I wear. But it's okay to start it up with it. It's not all totally decayed. Oh, it's getting there. I'm gonna take it off. It's a uni filter too. I'm surprised. Usually those hold up pretty well. But yeah, this is old. It's been sitting for 12 years, at least. I also just noticed on the air filter that this is a piece of PVC pipe. I don't know if I stuck it in there because I couldn't get a filter for it before, or because it was a cheap way out. I'm not sure. And the reason I did that is because the foam will break down and suck into the engine. That's not a good thing. So I'll have to get a new one of those, I guess. Okay, so I pulled this little battery off the shelf, and lo and behold, it had actually 6 volts in it, and it had just been sitting there for a long time. So instead of waiting forever for that battery to charge, which I don't think it ever will, we can see if we get a spark with this thing. Okay, let's turn on the key, see what happens. Key. Then they got one position. Yeah. Okay. Up here we want to be on and run. Over here, got our turn signals. I see nothing. I hear nothing. Horn. Nothing. High, low. Nothing. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. It's not all bad, because we got a neutral light So electricity is going through it. Let's see if we got spark. You can see this. Yeah, I see a spark. It's faint, but I doubt you saw a spark. I'm going to add a little bit of 2-stroke oil just to help the top end. It's a 4-stroke, it's not a 2-stroke. Whoa. Oh, it's got a choke. Put the gas on. I had primed the put a little gas down the spark plug hole. That's why I got the first kick. Prime it again. Okay, I cleaned the plug with a wire wheel. I shot some carb cleaner down the spark plug hole. We'll see what that does. Okay, the battery had died, so I just put in a new one. You missed nothing, except for that car horn beeping. totally off. Try it again. Yeah, this is about the year that the headlight comes on automatically when the bike runs, which puts a draw on this cheap little battery, so I don't want to run it too long. The directionals turned on, but they didn't flash, and that's usually because they don't have enough electricity going through them. The horn did not work, which kind of blows. But that could be electricity too, although that's usually the easiest thing to get to work. I didn't check the taillight, I couldn't really see. But I think the most important thing right now is we get a new air filter. Okay, here we are looking for a air filter. I saw this one, you know, it doesn't really show what the heck it is, and I'm wondering if it's foam, and it's probably very old, and they want $41 for it. And it's not the whole deal. What you got with this is you got this inner kind of baggy thing. It's made out of metal. Not quite sure what this material is. But then you have a foam element here. So the two of them, this is overseas. It's 56 pounds. And the element is 55 pounds. That's not even shipping, so that's like over $100 already. Well over $100. It's probably the reason. I bet you couldn't find those things even back then, because it looks like they only made this design for like a year or two, and then that was it. Yeah, and a search on eBay for any of those part numbers, not a thing comes up, except for that first one I showed you that is probably old. So I think I'd much rather have a new like uni filter, a sock like I had out there, except for clean. Well, that piece of PVC is right around 50 millimeters is what I get. This one's 50 millimeters, and it's $20. This one, for some reason, is just not as appealing looking. For some reason, the foam looks like shit. Although it says it's uni. And look, I don't like it when they show, okay, here's a green one, here's a black one. You know, what are you going to get? Or maybe that's the after filter. Whatever, the pre-filter, I should say. Then what else did I get? Yeah, then I got like these jobs, and these are pretty short looking, and they're $21.75, 50 millimeter. You know, you don't really know, but you know, these are reasonable. The other filters are unreasonable, so I'm probably going to get one of these. I'll let you know. So it looks like this is where the toolkit went. Got a place for a band down to here. This band is was an O-ring from my Honda 550's oil filter. I kept these every time I changed them. go around this a couple of times. That'll work. Huh. What was I saying? It's very perky, very nice. It's kind of crazy because I swapped out the rear sprocket for something that was better suited for the road. You know, more top end rather than low power. And it feels like it's got tons of power. It would blow away my 550, that's for sure. So I just got to put it on the road now.
With a big cigar and a cool highball, Louie and his boat can really haul. Louie, he can really haul. When he jumps in his boat for his daily run, you wouldn't believe what Louie calls fun.